I appear to have accidentally created an analog synthesizer of some variety. What I originally wanted to do was create a tape delay using this little AWA microcassette recorder, and I would feed it back through this mixer. And both of these, I'm pretty sure, are fairly cheap devices. I know this is not, top of the line, and I doubt that this recorder was anything to write home about either. And that may have worked out for better or for worse. It's got an earphone jack that's going into the mixer input, and the headphone jack for the mixer is going back into the microphone jack for the AWA. I don't know, I'm probably butchering that, but for the tape recorder. And then the output signal is just going into the speaker so we can hear what's going on. So here's what happens when I start recording. It turns into this constant tone. I'm pretty sure it's because the feedback is going out of control. But what's interesting is that if you turn the volume down at any of these stages, you start to get an interesting effect. There's a volume knob for the headphone jack in both of these devices, so the recorder has a volume control, and the mixer has a volume control, as well as an EQ and a few faders. So with the right combination, if you turn it below the threshold of the feedback spiraling out, you get these consistent clicks. And weirdly enough, changing not just the EQ, but also the volume can affect the frequency and the tone, the pitch, of these clicks. So I believe if I turn the volume down on the cassette recorder, the frequency will go down. And now the volume on this device is all the way down, so it's still getting a signal. I'm going to mess around with the EQ. I believe this EQ, it's very simple. I think it turns into a low pass if you turn it to the left, and it turns into a high pass if you set it to the right. And depending on the combination of volume levels on any parts of this signal chain, you can end up with something that borders on AM or FM synthesis. So that's been my little experiment this week. I look forward to finding a way to record this. I don't currently have a way to record an input with a 3.5 millimeter audio cable, so I'll have to adapt it for an XLR or something similar. But I'm glad I had this little goof up. Seems to have worked out pretty well.